No, you ain't trying to get ready for work. Look at him. This is a sad case, y'all. He getting his stuff. Look at that. Sad case. As a father.
Okay, Jeremy, what is the conversation you want to have?
We good.
Yeah, and your baby in the room.
What is the conversation you want to have?
We good. Give me my phone, bro. Don't say
What is the conversation you want to have?
What the conversation?
Get out my
He
phone.
said, what's the conversation?
Don't touch me. I call the police over here. Do not touch me.
He said, what's the conversation y'all want to have?
Get on me.
What's the conversation you want to have?
Oh, I'm finna send that over here. She touched me.
Ain't nobody touching you.
I'm gonna send my cousin over here. Do not touch me,
Don't
bro.
have nobody over here.
Oh, baby. Tell your daughter to keep her hands on
What
me.
is the
Tell your
conversation?
daughter to keep her hands on me.
You the one slap me. You the one slap me. Hit me now. Hit me now.
Keep your hands on me.
What's on here? I'm still asking what is the conversation.
Oh man, that's what I'm finna do. I'm finna get out. I ain't really trying to argue at all. I'm just trying to get my...
Nah, you want to go tell your family about this and about that. You want to do this.
I'm trying to leave from over here in P, man. I ain't trying to argue at all.
Let me take my car key off.
Stop. What is the conversation?
Nah, what's the conversation? What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on.
What's the conversation?
Keep your hands on. Don't touch me, bro.
What's the conversation?
Move, bro. I'm trying to get ready for work, man. Go.
How you getting ready for work?
What is going on? That's all I'm here. I'm over here doing. Talking about I don't do nothing for the kids. I don't do nothing. I do what I can when I can.
understand.
But like I said, don't keep putting me in situations that's not my problem. And then, like I said, this is your family. You supposed to be here helping take care of these kids. No, you're not good because you're not here taking care of these kids.
He wanna go cop everybody.
Keep your hands on me, bro. Don't touch me again.
Touch you.
Jason, send that over here. We'll make it easy. Send that over here. I'm finna do it just like that. Send that over here.
Ain't nobody finna come over here and do nothing.
Get your hands on me, bro. Stop touching me. Move.
Need to stop.
Send that over here, Jason.
Ain't nobody coming over here.
Oh, me, bro. Sit down. Get your motherfucking hands on me, bro. Stop touching me, bro.
Stop.
Stop touching me.
Stop. Murder scene,
Stop touching me again.
Stop.
Let go. Touch me. Touch me again. Touch me a motherfucking again.
Stop.
Touch me again.
Ain't nobody finna do
Don't go to
nothing.
put a gun on
Ain't
me.
nobody finna do nothing.
Open this house, buddy.
Stop.
You got a gun.
Ain't
Don't
nobody.
worry about it.
Stop.
Don't worry about it. Touch me
Stop.
again. Touch me again.
Stop. Yeah.
Touch me again.
Yeah. Stop. Yeah,
Touch me
bitch.
again.
Stop. Stop. I'm not over here for this.
Motherfucker gonna keep her hands
I'll
on
kill
me,
your
bro.
ass nice, bitch. Stop. Nobody, I can get out my bed for this.
Man, people so
Stop.
selfish, man. Y'all right, look at my shoes, man.
Oh, you ain't getting that. Everything in the top belong to me.
Stop. Get somewhere and sit down. Y'all gonna have to stop all this. Then y'all wonder why the kids.
Now, this is why you leave the situation in first hand, fellas. This could be you. You already know what time it is. I got other videos to do. You know, got a lot of shit to do, man. So y'all already know what it is, man. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, fellas. It's very important. Go join the Patreon. It's up and it's lit. I'm steady posting over there. Raw and uncut material. I was getting ready to send this over to Patreon, but I see I could chop it down and edit it because a lot of it went to where it was, you know, the phone was like darkened out or whatever. They put the phone down and you can basically hear what's happening in the background. It's a tragedy. We know it's tragic. It's, you know, we don't advocate this kind of violence on our channel. This domestic violence type of crap. You know, however, it's got to be talked about. It's got to be informed because we're dealing with a lot of youngsters out here and situations can definitely take its toll if you're not on your toes and you're not watching out. You got to be on your toes, fellas. You got to pay more attention to what's going on in your household, outside your household, or things like this could happen to you. One day you're here, next day you're gone. You know how they go. But once again, My video for education purposes only, fair use only. Go to the description up under my bio section. You'll see how to get at me, all the social media, Cash App, the Patreon app, everything is there, the links or whatnot, Gmail, phone numbers. Holler at me, man. You know, the Rumble's there just as well. I got to start working with that Rumble, but I definitely got it up and going. But holler at me, y'all know what it is. This right here is telling me, fellas, that this was the inevitable. It was bound to happen. When you're in a situation like this, fellas, it don't matter if you're the man or the woman. It doesn't matter what gender role you play. When you're steady provoking one another with a gun, you know, around your children, you know, you see I think the baby mama's mama was in there, the grandmoms or whatnot, you know, and y'all getting into this kind of shit. The inevitable is eventually going to happen. Something's going to transpire, and that's what you see now. That's what you're dealing with. Something's telling me, and after hearing this video, this guy tried his best to leave. He tried his best to leave the situation. He wanted to diffuse it due to the fact of probably the children or, you know, not trying to be caught up into that life because he's dealt with a lot of that with her. Let's talk about that. These things just don't happen right off the back, fellas. This is a buildup. These things, shit like this happen, you know, I mean, it takes its toll after a while and it builds up and it get this far. From the jump, once he seen that she was this, like, prone to violence, to where she'd go and run and grab a knife, a gun, bat, or anything of that nature, he should have been and got rid of her ass. Because he's seen this shit. Hey, he could have seen it before the children were born. So he bought more on his plate. He could have ended all that shit. He bought more to the situation. You know, more to where he can bite off, you know, enough to where he can bite off and chew. And that's just what it is. And these things could have been prevented. That nutty ass bitch shouldn't have been in his life if he had enough sense, if he had enough game to know that you cannot carry no chick like this into your future. She's going to be a big time downfall for you. And that's what you can look forward to. Nothing more, nothing less. She got to be happy within herself. She got to recognize the value within herself and within you in order not to, you know, bring this kind of excitement around the relationship. But once it's out there, it's out there. When you have a chance, fellas, to get rid of a psychopathic, crazy ass chick, leave her. I don't give a fuck how far the pussy is, ahead or whatnot. We ain't give a fuck about none of that. Dump her. Get rid of her fast. You know, or pay the price in the long run. Whether you have to go to jail, you even getting killed. I mean, hell. And in this case, you know, he got killed. He was murdered. And now she's going to jail. Both parents are gone away from the children. He's gone forever. And there's a possibility she could be gone forever. Who knows? Now the children are getting raised by the mother. The grandmother. And she's no help. She ain't right. She's back there inciting and shit and provoking every situation. When the man was trying to leave. He was trying to leave. And he got shot in his motherfucking head because you out here waving a pistol, trying to hold him into the house and disrespecting. I mean, and guys, stop living off these bitches and get your own. I mean, I don't get how you guys be living off these women and thinking that's the play. That ain't the play, man. You know? Or she wouldn't find herself on camera disrespecting you and, you know, this, I bought everything in this motherfucker. This ain't yours. This is mine. Get the fuck out. You ain't shit. And, you know, all that type. I mean, come on, man. Enough is enough. Your integrity got to be intact. You can't sit up and let nobody just disrespect you and dog walk your motherfucking ass. All because you found love for this person and you need this place to stay. You probably was down on your luck financially and you need the roof over your head, you know. I mean, don't know what's going on in your personal life, but you got to get up and go get it as a man. You got to get to that motherfucking bag, man. Real talk. You know, that's just the name of the game. We as men, we got to handle our business and be in the forefront of leadership. If not, then once again, it goes back to a bitch going rogue. Motherfuckers ain't ready to hear this shit, but it's real. No bitch going rogue on her own. She's going rogue because she ain't got the leadership. She's dealing with a weak ass dude. We're not to disrespect this man. I don't know who he is and how the situation may occur and what type of guy he is, but when you ain't walking away and you putting up with shit like this, it doesn't matter what I think, the next door neighbor, anyone think. You demonstrate weakness. You're demonstrating weakness like a motherfucker. You're demonstrating that you're soft. You're displaying that you don't have a backbone. You're spineless as fuck. And you can be walked over on. And that right there could be in his demise to get him put into the grave. I'm not God. I'm not, the judge or the jury. I don't know. But I've seen things happen. I've been a part of certain situations. I had to get the fuck up out of it. Because it wasn't right. Either someone's going to eventually hurt someone. And look what happened. Now she's yelling and screaming, being cooperative with the white man, with the cops, with the police. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I don't know, sir. I don't know. I heard the whole, but you might catch it in someone else's channel when I had to cut it back because it was too long. And, I'm ready. Do I let my subscribers sit through this shit, the audience sit through some shit like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna get to the commentary, get the shit. Oh, we in and out. We zipping it up and getting it out. So you know what's going on. So you know how to actually avoid certain situations like this. Avoid these kind of women. Pussy's pussy. We know that. We gonna get a nut. We gonna handle business. We gonna be men, right? That's what's up. Quit jumping into these relationships fast. Jump into you first, fast as fuck. And once you do that, then you'll know what to accept and what not to accept. It's deep, fellas. It's really that deep into jumping into yourself. But then on the other hand, it's not that complicated. You know what you cannot stand for. You are accountable for your life while you're walking this earth. No one else is. A motherfucker will take your motherfucking life if you're not on your toes. And that's how they go. You can't be dealing with chicks like this. Them wild ass type of chicks, like to argue. Fellas, this is a buildup. I promise you. This shit right here didn't just happen like this right now that she's recording and all of a sudden. No. Fuck no. She's been disrespecting. That's just how it go. So, with that being said, he had to pay the price. And unfortunately, he had to pay a brutal price in front of his children. And that's just like, it's like disturbing to hear his children sitting up there screaming and hollering, and for her to sit up there and say, well, your daddy's dead. Like all nonchalantly, like there's no care in the world. Like she said that. Like it made me think like, wow, like what the fuck? Like you guys be in relationships with these bitches and they ain't got no care and concern about you. They want to control and disrespect you. If you allow it. It's the only way it can happen is if you allow it. If you won't allow no shit like that, it won't happen. She's going to have to get down and get the fuck on and take that shit somewhere else. Yeah. How many motherfuckers out here looking at that motherfucking news clipping in that video or this or someone else who's covering this that fucked her before? Like, whew, I dodged a bullet. Fuck that shit. Hell no. I remember that bitch. I used to, boy, that bitch. I knew she was a nutcase. I knew she was a psycho. I dodged a motherfucking bullet. And that's how I go. Like these videos, share them and subscribe, fella. Y'all already know it's a motherfucking message. Holla. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, why?